Okay, we're about to begin the head to toe check off for health assessment. I'm gonna scan the room. Okay. Good morning. I'm gonna be your nurse today. I'm gonna do a head to toe assessment on you today. Okay, first I'm going to do a general assessment on you, and I will get your vital signs. I'm gonna take your temperature first. Gonna have you open up your mouth and put this under your tongue. Okay, it's 98.2. Okay. Then I'm gonna get your radial pulse. Okay, for your pulse I got 67, and for your respirations I got 16. And now I'm going to get your blood pressure. I'm just gonna have you take one sleeve off. Break your pulse. gonna assess your skin. I'm gonna check, and I've already gotten her height and her weight, and we did the Snellen chart before we came in. Now I'm gonna assess her skin. Gonna look at the color, the temperature of her skin, the vascularity, and her skin turgor. Now I'm gonna have you. I'm gonna look at your nails. Look at the look for any lesions, the angle, and the shape. Now I'm gonna have you do the Shamrock test, which would check if you have like any respiration or respiratory problems. I'm sorry, and it should be less than 160. Looks good. Okay. Now I'm gonna assess your hair. I'm going to look for the texture, the luster, the distribution, the excess and the absence, and then I'm gonna inspect the scalp. Looks good. I'm gonna palpate your skull. Shouldn't feel any pain. I shouldn't feel any lumps. Do you have any pain?
Mm-mm.
Okay, great. Now I'm gonna move to your neck, and I'm going to your face. I'm going to do your face first, and then I'm going to inspect your face for any symmetry, make sure like your ears are equal. I'm going to palpate your maxillary and your frontal sinuses, and palpate the rest of your face. I'm going to have you smile and frown, and that checks cranial nerve 7. Now I'm going to move to your neck. I'm going to have you swallow this water, and I'm going to inspect your neck. Doesn't taste too good. Then I'm going to come, and I'm going to palpate your trachea to make sure that it's in the right position. Feels good. Then I'm going to have you take a sip of water and hold it in your mouth. And I'm going to have you hold your head over to the side, hold it to the right. I'm going to palpate your thyroid and have you swallow. Okay, can you take another sip for me? Okay, now hold it and hold your head to the side, hold your head down. Okay, I'm going to palpate, swallow. Okay, good. Now I'm going to auscultate with the bell of my stethoscope. For your thyroid and your carotid arteries. I'll do this bilaterally. Okay, then I'm going to come around for your temporal. Listening for any bruise. I don't hear any. Sounds good. And now I'm going to test your the neck muscles, and well, I'm going to do your lymph nodes first. Then I'll check your neck muscles. I'll check your preauricular, your postauricular, your occipital, your retropharyngeal, your submandibular, and your submental. Then your superficial, your deep, and your posterior cervical chain, and then your infraclavicular and your supraclavicular and your infraclavicular. Now I'm going to test the strength of your neck. I'm going to have you push against with your back of your head. Good. Okay, push the side. Okay, now this side. Great. Now push front. All right, good. So now we're done with your neck. And we are going to now check your now we're going to check your ears. I'm going to inspect your ears, the external or your outside of your ears bilaterally. I'm going to palpate your auricle and your tragus, and I'm going to use the otoscope. Okay, and now I'm going to check inside. I'm going to look up and back. Check her tympanic membrane. It should be a pearly gray color. Okay. Bilateral. Good. All right, now I'm going to do the Romberg test. I'm going to have you stand up. I'm going to have you close your eyes, have your feet together, and hold your arms out, and hold your leg up. All right, good. And now then you can sit back down. That test, the Romberg test is for cranial nerve 8. Now I'm going to do the Weber test, which tests for the bone conduction. I need you to tell me if you feel it in both ears or one or the other better. Now I'm going to do the Renee test, which tests the air conduction, and you should be able to hear it twice as long as you feel it. And just let me know when you stop feeling it. And then I'm going to put it up to the side of your ear, and I need you to let me know when you stop hearing it as well. Okay. Okay. So on the Maslow process, it was 9, and for your hearing, it was about 16. Okay, I'm going to do it on the same side, or on the other side, sorry, bilaterally. Same thing, you're going to tell me when you stop feeling it. Okay. Okay, great. Now we're going to, now we're done with the ear. Now we're going to go to your nose, and we're going to do the smell test for you. I'm going to inspect the outside of your nose, and we're going to use the pen light. I'm going to look inside, make sure there's nothing, there's no deviations, okay? Then I'm going to palpate your nose, and then check for the patency. I'm going to have you sniff out the other nostril. Okay, great. Now I'm going to have you close your eyes, and you have to tell me what you smell. And the cranial, and with these tests, you're testing cranial nerve 1, which is olfactory. Great. Okay. Good job. Okay. So now we're going to move to the mouth. Okay. I'm going to inspect your mouth. I'm going to palpate, make sure there aren't any bumps or nodules or lesions. Then I'm going to have you open up your mouth, and I'm going to check for check your uvula for the rise and fall. Okay, and then that's checking cranial nerve 10, and then I would check your then I'll use the pen light to check it. Okay, and then I would use the tongue blade to check her gag reflex, which would be cranial nerve 10 as well. And then I will check her Wharton's and Stiffen's ducts. Okay, would you time it for me? Okay, great. And then I will check her teeth. I'm going to tap her teeth, make sure I don't lose teeth. Okay, good. And then I will check your tongue strength. I'm gonna have you push your tongue up against your jaw. Just checking cranial nerve 12. All right, and then I'm going to do the taste test. I'm going to have you close your eyes and you tell me what you taste. Okay, open your mouth for me. Okay, so that's bitter. Okay. Yep. And that's sour.
Sugar.
Okay. And this is testing cranial nerves 9 and 7. Sour and bitter it will be cranial nerve 9. And then sweet and salty is cranial nerve 7. Okay. So now we're going to move to your eyes. I'm going to inspect the external eye. Thank you. Okay, and then I'm going to test PERLA, which is that your pupils will be equally round, reflective to light, and accommodation. That's cranial nerves 3, 4, and 6. The test for accommodation, I'm going to have you look off and look behind me, or just look off at something. And now I'm going to test your, do the H test on you. And I'm going to have you follow the pen light, not just with your eyes and not with your head. Okay, great. And I'm going to check your corneal white reflex. And I'm going to have you look at me, or at the bridge of my nose. Okay. And then I'm going to test the direct and consensual. I'm going to put my hand here, and I'm going to shine the light this side, but I'm going to be checking and see if your other eye can strips. Okay. Okay. And excuse me. And now I'm going to do the cover and uncover. Gonna cover up your eye here. I'm checking to see if you have a lazy eye. When I move it, if the eye's kind of drooping, then you have lazy eye. Okay, now we're gonna do this eye. Alright, and you don't have lazy eye. That's good. Good vision. Alright, now we're gonna test cranial nerve 2, which is the Rosenbaum test. I'm gonna have you sit and read this first little kind of this sentence for me.
As an excellent student, you already know there's a great demand for your profession. Job prospects are plentiful, and that includes the effort.
Okay, great. And then I'm going to do the peripheral test. I'm going to have you mirror me and cover your eye, and you tell me when you can see the my hand coming towards you in your vision.
See.
Okay. Okay, now cover your other eye. Same thing. Okay, good job. So now we're done with your eyes. We're now gonna move to your thorax and your lungs. You can put your glasses back on. Okay, I'm gonna check the your thorax for configuration, anterior and posterior, and your unilaterally. Then I'm going to, and you need to be twice as wide as you are deep, which is good. And then I'm going to palpate, and I shouldn't feel any lumps or nodules. And you tell me if you feel any pain. Sorry if that tickles. All right, and then I'm gonna do the check for tactile firmitis. Each time you feel my hand, I'm gonna need you to say 99.
99, 99, 99, 99, 99, 99, 99, 99.
Okay, great. Now I'm gonna check for your lung expansion. I'm going to you're gonna stand up for me. I'm gonna pinch your skin. I'm gonna have you breathe in really deeply. I'm gonna check for the rise and fall of your lungs. Okay, great. Then I'm going to percuss your thorax. Okay, and then I am going to uh, os I'm going to auscultate, and then I will state the different lung sounds. I'm gonna have you sit down. Then I'm gonna listen, using my bill as well to listen for like any bruise. Okay, everything sounds great. And then I'm going to state that for your anterior lung sounds, it'll be your trachea, your tracheal, your bronchial, then your bronchial vesicular will be kind of going down on the sides of your sternum, and then the vesicular is like everything else on the outside, and then for the posterior, it's going to be your bronchial, your bronchiovesicular, and then your vesicular, and I'm going to listen. We're checking for any bruise. Okay, everything sounds great. And now I'm going to perform the egophony test. Every time you hear, every time you feel my stethoscope on your back, I'm going to need you to say E. And for me, it should sound muffled.
E, 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 E.
Okay, great. So now we're done with the thorax and the lungs. Now I'm gonna check your cardiac. So first I'm going to I'll have you lay down, and I'm going to okay. I'm gonna have you lay down. I'm going to inspect your chest for any pulsations, and then I'm gonna palpate for any thrills, and then I'm going to locate all of your your valves, and first is going to be your aortic, and it's the right sternal border on, it's the second intercostal space. Females, have a rough time. Okay. And then your pulmonic is on the left sternal border, and it is at the second intercostal space. Okay. And then your Erb's point is the third intercostal space, and it's on the right sternal border, the left sternal border. Then your tricuspid is going to be the fourth intercostal space on the left sternal border. And then your mitral is the fifth intercostal space, and it is on the left sternal border. I'm sorry, it's the midclavicular line, and it's on the left, or it's on the left side. All right, now I'm going to auscultate each of these valves. I'm going to use my diaphragm and my bell. Okay, great. And now I'm going to state the different heart sounds. For aortic and pulmonic, you would hear S2, it would be greater than S1. For Erb's point, S1 and S2 would be equal. And for mitral and tricuspid, S1 is greater than S2. Now I'm going to check your pulses. I'm going to check we already did it, but I'll check again your temporal pulses, your carotid, and I'm gonna check both sides. Thank you for moving your head for me. And then I'm gonna do your brachial pulse. Okay, then we're gonna do your radial pulse. Your radial pulse. Okay, and then your dorsalis pedis. Okay, then your posterior tibialis. Great. Okay, so that concludes the cardiac, and now we're going to move to the abdomen. So first I'm going to inspect your abdomen, and then I will inspect it. Everything looks good. I'll be at eye level with it. Great. Now I'm going to auscultate for your vowel sounds. I'm going to divide all your quadrants. It'll be your right upper quadrant, right lower quadrant, quadrant. Left upper quadrant, left lower quadrant. Then I'm going to auscultate for your vowel sounds in each quadrant. And then I'm going to auscultate um, your aortic and your iliac and your renal arteries. And we would do femoral, but we're not going to today. Your aortic, your renal bilateral, and your iliac is like right above your hip bone. Okay, great. Then I'm going to percuss your entire abdomen. Okay. And then I'm going to percuss your liver border and your spleen. I'm going to come over, I'm going like this, and come over. I'm going to percuss. Okay. I'm going to mark it. Liver border. And then I'm going to look up, and when I hear it change, I'm going to mark it. I'm going to measure it. Your liver border should be 2 to 4 inches. Okay, it is like 2.5. Great. So now I'm going to palpate your abdomen, and you shouldn't feel any pain. Keep it palpating. Does that hurt anything? Great. Okay. And now I'm going to palpate your liver. I'm going to kind of have you kind of lean up a little bit. I'm going to place my hand. You can rest right in my hand. All right. And I'm going to palpate your liver. Okay. And then I'm going to palpate your spleen. I'm going to reach over you. You can lift up and you can rest right in my hand. I'm going to palpate your spleen. And if you have like an enlarged spleen, that would be good. You shouldn't be able to palpate the spleen. And if I was able to, you can have like an enlarged spleen. So now I'm going to assess your neurological. You can sit up. I'll take these off of you at the end. Thank you so much. You're such a sweet patient. Okay. So for the neurological, I'll go through all my cranial nerves. Cranial nerve 1 is the olfactory, 2 is the optic, 3 is the oculomotor, 4 is the trochlear, 5 is trigeminal, 6 is abducens, 7 is facial, 8 is the vestibulocochlear, 9 is the glossopharyngeal, 10 is the vagus, 11 is the accessory, and 12 is the hypoglossal. So then for the neurological, I will assess to make sure you're alert and oriented. Where are you? Yeah, this is a different room for us. What's today?
Monday.
And can you say your name and just give me your initials?
DT.
Great. So I'm going to assess and give you 3 things to remember. At the end of this, I'm going to have you repeat them for me. This is your checking your recent memory. Can you remember 3, 4, and 6? Okay. For past memory, when's your birthday?
8/11/93.
Okay, great. And who is, for your present memory, who is the First Lady of the United States?
It's Michelle Obama.
Great. Okay, and then I'm going to check your judgment, your sound judgment. If you're walking down the street and you see Granny and she just dropped her money, what are you going to do?
I'll give it back to you.
Great, that's so sweet of you. And also, what does the saying mean to you? This saying mean to you, you let the cat out the box.
You talk to me.
Yeah, you just told some serious information. Okay, now I'm gonna check your cerebellar. I checked your gait when you walked in, and we did the Romberg test, which tests. Oh, you got one piece of tape on. Testing cranial nerve 8, and then I'm gonna have you stand up. Can you do a deep knee bend for me like a squat? Oh, girl, those pop good. And then I'm going to check for upper. Can you do the pronate and supinate with your hands like this? Great. And then for your feet, or for your lower, can you make a figure 8 with your foot? Okay, great. And now I'm gonna check your sensory. I'm just gonna put this wisp of cotton, and you just need to tell me when you feel it. Okay, great. And now we're gonna test the sharp and dull. Sharp goes like this. Sorry. And dull goes like that. So you just have to tell me which one you're feeling.
Dull. Sharp. Dull. 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 Sharp. Sharp. Dull. Dull. Sharp. Dull.
Okay, great. And now I'm going to assess I'm going to do the stereognosis test. I'm going to have you close your eyes, and I'm going to place 2 different things in your hands, and I'm going to need you to tell me what they are.
Okay,
Great. Great. Okay. And can you? Okay, now for the graphesthesia, I'm gonna have you hold your hands out and close your eyes, and in one hand I'm gonna draw out a number, and the other one's gonna be 11. So here's the number, and you have to tell me what it is.
8.
Good job. Okay, and now for the letter.
8.
Good job. Okay, and can you repeat those for your recent memory? Can you repeat those 3 things I told you?
3, 4, and 6.
Good job. Okay, so now I'm going to assess your reflexes, and I'm going to have you for your I'm going to assess your triceps. Have you just let your arm lay limp? Okay, and then I'm going to come. Let your arm lay limp. Okay. And then I'm going to check your right here. Okay. Good. All right. Now I'm going to have you check your brachioradialis. I'm going to have you lay your arm up here for me. Okay. And now I'm going to check your patellar reflexes. Okay. And now I'm going to have you come to the chair, and we're going to test your Achilles reflexes. Okay, great. Good reflexes. So now we're done with neurological, and now we're going to move on to the musculoskeletal. I'm going to inspect your posture. Looks good. Now inspect your gait when you came in. I'm going to inspect your joints. I'm going to have you stand up and inspect and palpate your spine. Okay, I'm gonna have you bend over. I'm gonna check for your vertebrae. Okay, feels good. All right, you stand back up. That kind of hurt me a little bit.
I was trying to feel it myself.
Okay. And now I'm gonna okay, and now I'm going to palpate your joints and your muscles for tone, strength, and symmetry. Okay. Okay, and now I'm going to check your muscle strength. I'm gonna have you I'm gonna do two upper. Can you hold your arms out and kind of ball like this and pull against? There we go. Now high five and push. Good. All right, for lower, I'm gonna have you pull away. Okay, now push against. Good. All right, now we're gonna do some range of motion exercises. Can you lift your arms up like this? Clap. Bring them down. Like the YMCA if you want to. All right, and then kind of have you cross in here. Then can you kind of wiggle your? There we go. Both legs. Okay, great. And this concludes the head to toe checkoff. Thank you so much. You've been such a great patient today.
Thank you.